Hi everyone, welcome to the next video in this series from Magical Worlds by Johanna Basford. We are doing this one here today with our Castle Arts gold pencils. If you don't have the gold set or a Castle Art set, there is a link in the description so you can find a set of pencils that you do have, hopefully, with a comparison chart to find the right colours, or you can just try and match it as closely as you can. It's completely up to you. Now I've decided, I had thought I was going to do this one a pale pink, because I can hear a lot of noise. Anyway, a lot of do pale pink. Oh, someone shut the door next door. I was going to do pale pink, but this is quite pink, so I think we'll avoid the pale pink for now. Maybe do something a little bit different. I just wanted to use different colours on different flowers. We could do some, we'd do some Venetian blues. These are a little bit different to anything we've done before. I'm going to use the Venetian blue deep first. So it's an interesting colour, this. It isn't, I'm sort of used to Venetian red. So Venetian blue being a little bit different, but you'll see when I put it down it's a sort of greyish purple, I suppose, like that. And I'm just going to fade it a bit, and we're going to use the we'll use the Venetian blue for the rest of this. There we go. And then we'll do the same for each one. So what I'm trying to do is to put a few more layers on the top and less going down. Now the reason I'm not doing the front ones is because I think they might be a little bit lighter because they're at the front, so we're going to just use the Venetian blue with those, and we'll see how it works out. If we think it needs, or if I think it needs a little more, I will do that. But here is our Venetian blue, and I'm just going to continue with this. I think it's sharp enough. So just over that end, and then just sort of fade it there. That's it. And then this one. And then hopefully it gives this sort of impression that these petals are a little bit further back because they're darker. I mean, they are further back because that's the way they're drawn, but hopefully we can sort of make that look even more apparent just from the way it's coloured. I think it's quite fun to do it that way, and just sort of emphasise what is already there. It's cold in here, and my nose feels cold. It's quite odd. I don't know if the radiator's on in here, if in fact it's switched on at all. I'm trying to decide what to do with these little hanging down bits, because to me it looks like it could just be a piece that's come down like that and curled over. And if that's the case, you wouldn't colour in those little circular bits. But I do think that colouring them in would just lift the picture a little bit. So I'm having a look at what colours I could potentially do. Now we've done a lot of dark purples on one of our pictures already, so I think we'll try and avoid those and do something maybe a little bit different. We could use the just the Venetian blue deep, or we could have a look, or maybe do something like a mauve. Yeah, let's do the mauve just because it's different. It might be a little bit faint, so I'm going to have a go. I'm giving it a good sharpen so that I can try and get plenty of pencil into that little teeny tiny space. And just go over and over the same point until you get enough colour down. There we go. Now I'm thinking about the leaves and these bits, which I think should also be green, and I'm thinking we've got quite a greyish colour here, so I'm thinking maybe a greyish green would suit, but I'm not sure we've got anything much. The terre verde is a little bit grey, it's quite dark. Maybe I'll just use a little bit of it So I'm going to try to use it with a light hand, so I only put down a little bit. So this is quite tricky for me, but I'm going to do an even layer. This is just going to be like a little bit on the base. Okay, and then we'll think about, it's just I don't want it to be too brash and too dark, because our petals are quite subtle and pale. So although I want the you know, the leaf colour to show up, I don't want it to be, you know, take over the whole picture sort of thing. It needs to just sort of fit in with the florals that are there. So I'm trying to keep this as even as I can, which I'm not succeeding at that well because I'm not that good at colouring really evenly. I do my best. It's actually easier for me to do a fade or something like that, or a blend, than to colour evenly. There we go. Now we need something just to perk that up, of course. I'm wondering whether to go for our mint green light. Excuse me. Now this is my mint green light. Ah, husband is using the printer, that's why he closed the door. Now I understand. So what I'm going to try and do with this is to enhance the bottom area more, and then leave a bit of a gap at the top, because we can use our mint green, which is lighter than the mint green light, strangely enough. So just fade to the tip a little. I don't know if that grey does remain, but it certainly mutes this colour a little bit, which is part of the idea, so it doesn't look so bright and shiny, which isn't what I want at all. So that's good. I'm pleased with how that's working out, because if you look at the swatch, you can see they're quite vibrant, whereas this has muted it down, which is good. Right. And then we're going to grab the mint green. You can see it's lighter if you compare the two tips. This is the mint, this is the mint green light. It's quite funny. But anyway, I don't know, maybe I'm easily amused. So mint green. The sky's looking really pretty. There's some sort of wispy clouds just floating across the sky behind a tree which is just bare branches. All the leaves have come off already. And the sky is blue, the clouds are white. Well, they're very bright, and behind there's some silhouette of a dark tree. It's very, very pretty. Very pretty indeed. It's definitely looking almost wintry. I'm not ready for winter yet. It's certainly getting colder, that's for sure. But although apparently it's unseasonably warm at the moment, although my parents were saying they were cold the other day, and I had been particularly cold compared to other days. You know, just because it's unseasonably warm doesn't mean that we're not going to feel cold when it gets a little bit chillier. So yeah, they were a little bit cool. I am going to grab the Terre Verde and just darken a little bit, Need to be careful again with this. I just realised my lamp isn't on. Ooh, it makes it go very yellow, doesn't it? I don't know if I like that. Oh, camera's adjusting. There we go. I can see a bit better though. So I'm going to put a little bit of this Terre Verde just here and here, and then in the centre here. I don't want too much, I just want to make it look a little bit shadowy in those areas. There we go. There we are. Yes, my parents had just had their winter jabs, so they did wonder whether the reason they were cold was that. I think it could very well have been. Now, I've got a little smudge of pencil here, can you see? Now I'm going to try and erase it. You have to be quite careful because sometimes using an eraser can just create more of a smudge. So I made sure I cleaned off my eraser first, and that helped. Now that has faded, it hasn't completely gone, but it's faded it a bit, so I'm happy with that. Right, there we go. There is the next floral picture. It's quite muted. That's what I wanted. If you want it brighter, then you're going to need to use your Purple Lake Deeps, your Purple Lights, French Roses, really bright colours. But I just wanted to show you something a little bit more muted. We might do something a bit brighter for the next one. But anyway, that is me done for today. Another short one. These are all quite short, aren't they? But it's quite good because I'm getting through them quickly enough, which means that I might have time to give you some bonus Christmas content. I'm not sure when, because these videos are going out in December and I'm recording them in November. Oh, just kicked something under my desk, so I'm not sure, but I'm hoping I can get you a few extra bonus bits and pieces because I've got a bit behind. I should be doing Christmas stuff and I haven't. I mean, it's only what day is it? 11th of November, so maybe I'm not that far behind, but we'll see what I can come up with. I've got a few ideas, so we'll see. But anyway, it's time to stop waffling and let you get on with your day. Have a super day and happy colouring.